This week we're going to preview USDA's monthly supply-demand report that will come out on Friday, July 12th. We're also going to take a look at updated crop condition ratings and short-term weather trends in the U.S., along with harvest progress in Brazil. We're going to wrap things up taking a long-term view of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved in the second week in July, and of course that means it's time for corn pollination. Before we get into that, however, we're going to preview Friday's USDA monthly supply-demand report. Let's take a look at the trade estimates. A lot of numbers on this table here, of course. We've highlighted corn. What I suggest through all these numbers, national yield, crop production, take a look at that carryout number on Friday, particularly for new crop corn. The trade's looking for nearly 200 million bushel increase in that new crop corn carryout, but that's a half billion bushel bushel range in the estimates. So this is the potential for price volatility if there's any surprises in that report. Speaking of price volatility, let's take a look at the change in prices for December corn on the day that the July supply-demand report are released. These are the last 10 years. You can see that's quite unpredictable. Some years sharply lower, some years sharply higher. The last couple of years have been sharply lower, but you can see over time, no pattern whatsoever. This is why it's so critical to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to continue to manage price movement ahead of the report on Friday. Let's now shift gears and take a look at crop conditions. Here we're looking at the USDA crop conditions report improved from 67 to 68%. All those states in green improved from last week. We did see a little bit of deterioration up in South Dakota and Minnesota, but for the most part, the most concern is in the southeast where it's been quite dry. However, in the Midwest, we did see steady to mostly slightly higher ratings. Now let's take a look at the crop condition index. You can see it did bounce up ever so slightly this week, following 4 consecutive weeks of declines. Let's now take a look at crop progress. We're looking at corn silking here. This crop is moving along quickly, 24% silked as of July 7th. Over the next 2 weeks on average, you can see here, another 42% of the crop will silk. So if we're seeing average trends this year, that'll put us at 2/3 of the crop being pollinated by July 21st. Of course, during corn pollination, weather becomes critical. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. We're starting out here looking at the last 30 days, more of a proxy for subsoil moisture. You can see quite a bit of the country there, in the Midwest anyway, has been quite wet. The exception was Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and that's what made this week's rainfall from the remnant of Hurricane Beryl so important. We're going to look forward now past the hurricane rains that we're seeing earlier this week and look at the short-term trends. We're going to start out looking at temperature. Temperature trend is on the horizon. A change is on the horizon. July 11th to the 22nd, a heat wave is moving into the Dakotas. 90s to 100s up in that dark red. Now let's look at the rainfall. Rainfall is going to be in best chance in that pink area here over the next several days, looking into Friday to Monday. Now looking into next week, July 16th to the 17th, that green area is the best chance for rain, 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch. Let's quantify rain over the next 2 weeks. You can see here quite a divergence in that western belt, not much rain, and the east is going to be mainly supplied by that remnant from Hurricane Beryl that was seen earlier this week. Overall, drier in the west, normal to a little above normal in the central and east. Let's look briefly now at harvest progress in Brazil. Now we're looking here at a very rapid harvest pace in Brazil. Nearly 60% of the crop has been harvested. Last year at this time, only 29%. So remember that the quicker that crop gets harvested in Brazil, the more rapid it will provide competition to the U.S. in terms of the export market. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. December corn continues to erode here. We're looking at trading near $4.10 a bushel as we tape here on Tuesday. We continue to strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. And remember, this Friday, July 12th at 1:30 p.m. Central Time, we'll provide a deep dive live YouTube update of the USDA report. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.